Not long ago, I was flipping through YouTube and landed on a video featuring a motivational speaker. You know, the type big stage, big crowd, big message. And honestly, I was about to move on, but then he said something that stopped me. I grabbed a pen and wrote it down. He said, "So many people I meet are living a lie. They're trapped in the thinking that they can't do this or they'll never accomplish that. They hear a voice in their head that holds them back, personally and professionally. And somehow along the way, they've chosen to believe it." Then he broke down the word lie. He said, these are the people who are living under L, limitation, I, intimidation, and E, expectation. And when he said that, something clicked. Because I know a lot of creatives, and I've been there myself, who believe that same lie. Before we dive in, if you're a video creator looking to grow, scale, build a video business, hit subscribe right now. I drop new videos every week to help you level up, so don't miss out. If you want a step-by-step guide to creating videos that not only stand out, but keep clients coming back, I've got a free workshop that breaks it all down. The link's in the description below. Be sure to like this video. Please leave a comment. Okay, let me get to work. Let's start with the version of LIE that too many creatives live under. Limitation says, I can't. Intimidation says, it won't work. And expectation says, it's safer not to try. That's the LIE, lie, that keeps you from reaching your goal. Maybe it's kept you from starting that project, or sharing your work, or putting yourself out there for that next opportunity. You've bought into the idea that your dream is too far, too hard, too risky. I get it. I've been there. But here's what I've learned. Those lies only have power if you believe them. Before we flip this LIE into something positive, I want to ask you something. Who told you that lie? Who told you you're not talented? Who told you you're too late? Who said you're not good enough, or not technical enough, or not the right type? Sometimes it was a teacher who didn't believe in you, or a parent who was too scared to dream themselves. Sometimes it was a boss, maybe a client, a critic, someone who never saw your potential. Sometimes it was you, that voice in your own head repeating something someone else said once until it sounded like truth. But just because it's been repeated doesn't make it real. And just because it's familiar doesn't mean it gets to stay. You get to break the cycle. You get to flip the script. You get to replace the lie. Okay, let me say this while we're here. A half-truth is still a whole lie. And the lie you believe now, well, chances are it didn't start big. It started small. Just a little white lie, a half-truth that sounded reasonable. You're not as creative as them. You're probably not ready. This is good enough. Don't push it. It sounded harmless, but that little lie was a seed. A seed that got planted in your thinking, and over time, it sprouted and it grew. And without realizing it, you started watering it, feeding it, letting it take up space in your head and your heart. And now it feels like truth, but it's not. It's just a lie that's had time to grow deep roots. But here's the thing, you can dig it up, you can pull it out by its root, you can plant something new in its place. And while we're on this, look at the creatives you hang out with, the community you belong to. How many of your friends have been influenced by these same little lies too? Because here's what I've learned. You got to be careful who you allow to speak into your heart and your mind. If your circle is full of people playing small, you'll start shrinking too. But when you surround yourself with creatives who speak truth, who lift you, who believe in bold moves and bigger dreams, your mindset starts to shift. So don't just check your beliefs, check your community. Okay, time to flip each one. Limitation says you can't, but truth says you can learn, you can grow, you can figure it out. You may not have all the answers yet, but you've got what it takes to take the first step. Intimidation says it won't work, but the truth, even if you fall short, you're further along than you were before. Growth doesn't happen by standing still, it happens by trying. Expectation says, stay small, don't risk it. But the truth, you weren't designed to shrink, you were made to stand up, show up, and bring something bold and true to the table. A lie is never the truth unless you spell it differently. So let's do that. Now look, I don't want to sound like a motivational speaker here, but don't you think it's time to change how you spell lie? Flip it from a word that defeats your purpose and your destiny into a word that's empowering, motivating, and inspiring. But hear me, there's no magic wand, no magic words, no shiny cliche that makes this easy. You have to make up your mind to change it, to flip it, to stop going back to the old spelling, the one that holds you back. This isn't emotional, it's practical. You gotta do it if you want to move forward. You gotta do it if you want to reach your potential. You gotta do it if you want to make it to the creative big leagues. So here it is. Let's stop letting LIE stand for limitation, intimidation, expectation, and start letting it stand for something that moves you forward. L, learn. Don't let limitation define you. Learn something new, grow, get better, ask questions, take classes, watch tutorials, practice. Every time you learn, you get stronger. Initiate. Don't let intimidation stop you. Start anyway. Make the call, send the email, press record, because momentum starts with movement. And elevate. Don't live under low expectations. Rise above them. Raise your standards. Elevate your mindset, your creativity, and your work. So stay with me. Learn, initiate, elevate. That's a LIE, a lie worth living. Now, I want to give you a moment to make this real. Wherever you are, write down the lie you've been believing. No, seriously, don't just think it, write it. Maybe it's, I'm not ready, or someone else is already doing it better, or no one will care. Now, underneath that lie, write this: learn, initiate, and elevate. Then circle the one you need most today. Let that one word guide your next move. Don't rush past this. The breakthrough often starts with your pen. So here's the thing about lies. They don't become true unless you agree with them. You get to choose. You can believe the lie or ignore it and replace it. You can say, that's not my story. You can say, that voice doesn't get the final word. You can say, I spell it differently now, because your mindset is a choice, and your next step, that's a choice too. So if you're tired of being stuck, if you're tired of playing small, then make the choice. Don't believe the lie. Live the new LIE, lie. Here's your action plan. Name the lie, call it out, spell LIE the new way. Take one bold step toward your goal this week. And if you don't know where to start, that's what I'm here for. I help creatives like you cut through the noise, get unstuck, and move with clarity and purpose. Click the link in the show notes and let's talk. Ready for the takeaway? Look, you don't have to believe the old lie anymore. Limitation, not your label. Intimidation, not your identity. Expectation, not your ceiling. From now on, if someone says you're living a lie, you can smile and say, yeah, but I spell it differently. Learn, initiate, elevate. That's your new definition of success, and that's a lie worth believing in. Thanks for watching.